Hey guys, what's going on? It's Andy Elliott. In this video, I want to talk to you about the number one rookie mistake that salespeople make. Now listen, I'm going to tell you, number one, how to fix this problem, and I'm even going to give you 10 ways to do it. So I'm going to blow your minds. But I'm going to tell you this, the number one rookie mistake that salespeople make is they're freaking selling blind. They talk too much. They listen too little. Now I'm going to tell you this, and by the way, grab a pen and a piece of paper. I write this stuff down for you. What's written is retained. And by the way, if you want to be the best, you got to learn, okay? Your goal is to figure out every day how to get 1% better and kill off the old you. If you just take every one of my videos and you literally study every single one of them, you will become the most dangerous salesperson on planet Earth. I will show you how to close anybody, anytime, any place, anywhere, on the phone or in person. It doesn't matter. I don't care what product you sell, but you've got to become better every day. By the way, a lot of you are good at certain things, but there's something that's holding you back from earning the money that you're supposed to be earning. When you watch these training videos, the goal is to figure out what is the hole in your game. What's the crack in the castle? Okay, so I want you to start by writing this down. Here's 10 ways to become a listening machine. I'm going to show you how to fix this problem, this rookie mistake that salespeople. And by the way, if you're watching this and you got the gift of gab, everybody's told you've always got the gift of gab. That is a problem. The more that you talk, the more that someone can disagree with. I'm going to say that again. The more that you talk, the more that comes out of your mouth, the more that someone can disagree with. So I'm going to show you how to never get anyone to disagree with you again and how to get them to tell you how to sell them so you're not selling blind, and that way you're not a rookie anymore and you get paid like a pro. Okay? If you're not earning pro money, you're not earning mid 6 figures, 7 figures, watch this whole video. All right, so number one, I want you to write this down. Start with questions, not pitches. I know this. I know your sales manager gave you a pitch. Here's what I want you to understand. If you're not starting with questions, you're not going to figure out why they're there. You're not going to figure out why they showed up. You're not going to figure out why they called you. You're not going to figure. You think they just called you today because they wanted to talk to somebody? You think they showed up today at your company because they just wanted to talk to somebody? They could be a billion other places right now. There's a reason why they're there. So your pitch isn't going to get that reason out of them, but questions will. Okay, so to me, these are 10 ways to fix this problem and become a listening machine. Number one, start with questions, not pitches. I put, what's the biggest problem you're facing right now? I want you to write that down. It's a very simple question. If you don't know what to say, just ask someone that. What's the number one problem you're facing right now? You know what I'm saying? Explain to me, there's a billion places you could be right now. Why us? Why right now? Tell me what's going on. That's it. And when you say, tell me what's going on, you stop, that's a question, they get to speak, and that's when you stop selling blind, because now you know and you're getting all the ammo. You want to shoot a gun with no bullets? Well, you can't shoot a gun. You're just holding it empty. You're holding the gun in your hand with no bullets. That's most of you guys right now. And that's the reason why you can't earn commission checks, okay? And so I put this underneath this. I said, let them talk first, always. That's a rule. That's the code. Always let them talk first. I always want to hear what they got to say. By the way, when people talk, it makes them feel more comfortable. Okay, if you want these people, if you want to own them, if you want to have control, if you want people to do whatever it is that you want them to do, if they like you, they'll listen to you. If they believe you, they'll buy from you. Rule number one, they got to like you. And if they start talking first, people like it when they can talk. They will like you because you let them talk. Does that make sense? All right, number two, remember, write these down. That's number one, how to become a listening machine. Okay, how to make more money. Number two, use the 80-20 rule. Now, I know this, the 80-20 rule, 80% of the people make 20% of the money, 20% of the sales floor makes 80% of the money. That's not this 80-20 rule. This 80-20 rule is they talk 80% of the time, you talk 20% of the time. Listen, there is a formula that I have to make millions of dollars. If you want to make 200,000, you got to figure out what's the formula to make 100, and then you should do twice that. This 80-20 rule is the formula to make more money. I put, if you're dominating the conversation, you're losing. I have watched salespeople run their mouth in front of somebody who showed up to buy something, and literally because of something that came out of their mouth, I said this a minute ago, they disagreed with what they said and they left. Isn't that crazy? So listen, we run marketing ads. We bring people into your company. They're there to buy from you. You turn them off. And by the way, the next place they go, they buy right away because they were sick of you. Pretty crazy, right? All right, number three, this is the big one. Mirror their words. Okay, and by the way, I'm giving you guys 1 through 10. On the back side of this board is 6 through 10. This is 1 through 10. One of these is your hole. One of them is, okay? And so number 3 is going to be mirror their words. I put this, repeat key phrases that they say. Now write down, repeat key phrases. What is repeat? It means the things that they say that you feel like is valuable information that you can feel that is important to them. You want to repeat that stuff, okay? If they feel like they've been heard, they'll hear you. Okay, so write that down. Repeat key phrases that they say. It shows you're listening and it builds trust. Oh my goodness. Let me ask you a question. Do you want people, especially when it comes to negotiation, let me explain this to you. 90% of the time, you're building value, you're making them feel comfortable with you, and they're getting them to trust you. 90% of the time. No money's exchanging hands yet. Do you get it? That is the time to build trust, to build value, to make them love you. If they like you, they'll listen to you. If they believe you, the last 10% of the time, you're going to ask for their business. You want them to say yes. They'll buy from you. Okay? First 90% of the time, no money exchanges hands. Last 10% of the time, if the first 90% was done right, they're going to give you their money. Does that make sense? Okay, so you got to get them to trust you. How do you do that? Just mirror their words. And by the way, keywords. Things that you know that are important to them, okay? Like, I just feel like my son isn't safe in this vehicle anymore. You know what I'm saying? It just feels a little unsafe. Just say, oh my gosh. Well, I'm going to tell you at the end of the day, I know this. You love a lot of things in your life, but the number one thing that you love more than anything in the world is your children. And if this car makes you feel unsafe with your children over my dead body and yours, are we going to let those kids get back in this car again? Not going to happen. Not going to happen. We're going to figure this out right now. I'm so glad you're here. You didn't come here to get some information. You came here to solve this problem. And by the way, the fact that you're a mom, your intuition is through the roof. And so if you're feeling that, I think you're right. See that? Mirror their words. Okay? Number 4, ask follow-up questions. You say, what's that mean? That means when you ask them a question and they answer it, everybody write this down. Ask follow-up questions. Dig deeper method. Dig deeper. Ask another question when they answer something. Okay, so I'm like, so, hey, so number 1, like, how long have you been trying to lose weight? I'm just giving an example. Let's say I sell a fitness program. How long have you been trying to lose weight? I've been trying to lose weight for about 2 years. Okay, let me ask you a question. Have you tried a program before? Yeah, I tried one. Okay, what happened? Did it not work? Was it too hard? You just had a lot of stuff going on when you bought it, so it was maybe like wrong timing. Just dig a little deeper. That's it. And by the way, there's no like magic script here. It's just ask another question when they answer a question. So I call this the ask a follow-up question. You don't have to do it on every question, but you do it on key questions, okay? So I put dig deeper method. I put why is that important to you? Very simple question. I put how does that affect your business? Hey, I'm selling CRMs or SaaS software, and it's like, hey, I've got this problem right now. I feel like we can't get back to all of our customers. And let's say I have an auto answering machine that will make sure that those people that didn't get called back, like we can call them, or I'm selling a phone service, anything. I can just say, how does that affect your business? When those people don't get called back, how does that feel to spend the money on the marketing? And I know marketing is expensive. Paid ads are expensive. The cost to acquire a customer, but then just to know that we never even talked to them. They raised their hand for help. We never got with them. How does that affect the bottom line? Are you able to sleep at night with that? Like, does that bother you? If the pain overrides the fear of change, people will change. And by the way, this right here, the dig deeper method, use it on key questions, okay? And be creative, guys. One of the things that I hate is to give people like scripts. Like, create your own scripts. Create your own language, okay? Like, learn from me and then just take what I'm saying and, write down some stuff. Like, be a little bit creative, okay? You're an artist. All you guys are an artist. You have an inner genius. Write down a couple cool questions that you would ask in any scenario. Things that you know that your customers have problems with every day. Ask questions, dig deeper. All right, let's keep moving. This is going to be number 5 right here. Okay, by the way, I've got 10 of these. 6 through 10 are dangerous. So 5 is going to be pause after they speak. The pause after they speak is something that's not done ever, and I do it all the freaking time, and it is deadly. Let me explain how it works. So I put don't rush to respond. What does that mean? They say something. Most salespeople, they'll either do one of two things. They'll either interrupt someone before they're even done speaking because they think that they know where they're already going, when really last second the customer could say something else and it could change everything. Or the second the customer ends the sentence that comes out of their mouth, boom, you're already redirecting the conversation and going back another way. It's almost like you're pencil whipping them. You're too smart, okay? And so it doesn't flow naturally. So I want you to write this down. Don't rush to respond and I want you to put this down. A 2-second pause. This right here, this 2-second pause, doesn't have to happen every time. But put a 2-second pause that makes them feel heard and gives you time to think. You know how much can happen in 2 seconds? A ton. So when someone's done talking, sometimes just pause for a second. And the reason why is that, number one, it gives me an opportunity to figure out, do I want to go left or do I want to go right? And then number two, it makes me feel like I've been heard. Now listen to me. Your words, they carry weight, but also your body language speaks louder than words. So when somebody's saying something, you're like this. Okay, so I got you. Totally understand. Everything you said makes complete sense. And by the way, most of my customers that I help, they're in your same position. So that's why I feel confident that this solution I'm going to give you right now will fix every one of your problems, which is why you reached out today. That's it. All right, guys, so listen, I'm going to flip this board. I'm going to go 6 through 10. At this time, there's going to be, and by the way, listen to me, there's going to be an opportunity at some point in your life or where, you have this job or this position, you're going to open your own business, and your skills got to go really high, really fast so you can finally get paid what you're worth. It's called a window. And I believe that window to get paid and make a lot of money is right freaking now. I like information fast. I like when I have a problem, I can get the answers quick. Guys, I cloned my mind. I created the Andy Elliott digital mind. I cloned my freaking mind. I swear. And by the way, just like I'm going to turn this board, it's going to take me a second. I'm going to turn it. My clone, my digital mind, the AI, I took over 10,000 closing calls and I've put them all into the AI and I trained it to overcome any objection, to frame any presentation in any industry, and to show you how to do it better than anyone else in the world. And right now, you can have, number one, access to train on it in any industry, any objection, any scenario. Ask me any question. I will role play with you. But you guys can go down to the description box below and literally click on the link. And it says Coach One-on-One with Andy. It's my digital AI, and actually I'll give you a demo of it. It's insane. Any industry, I don't care what you sell, any presentation, any objection, you can say, Andy, give me 15 ways to overcome this objection, and I will show you how to do it. You can tell me any problem that you're having, and I will show you how to solve it. Every freaking time, 24 hours a day. And by the way, you can either text or you can call and talk to me just like this. You could stay on the phone with me for 9 hours and ask me every single question for your entire life, and I'll solve it all with you. Coach you one-on-one through the AI. And it's me. As a matter of fact, it's better than me. So guys, I love you. I just want to say right now, I'm going to flip this board. Go down to the link below in the description box, click on that, and set up a demo. All right, guys, 6 through 10, let's bust these out. By the way, I want you to comment below, right? What is the number one thing that you feel like this helped you with the most? And then what is the thing that you struggle with? Make sure you share this with a friend, that guy that talks too much or that rookie that's getting his butt kicked. And then secondly, play this for your team. I promise you, anybody that's at the bottom 70% of the board, this is a game changer for them. This will normally be their problem, or this will fix something in their game to help them make more money. All right, number 6. This is huge. People will laugh at this, but first of all, one of my biggest pet peeves is when I go to a restaurant and someone goes to take my order and literally they don't write it down. And they always say, no. They'll just be like, what do you want? And they'll go to my 2 daughters, they'll go to my son, they'll go to my wife, they'll go to 2 more people, and then they'll be like, okay, thank you. And I'm like, hey, you didn't write that down. And then you know what happens? They literally walk off and they go, no, I've been doing this for 10 years. And they bring out our food and it's freaking all screwed up. And I'm like, dude, that's why I hate when people don't write stuff down. One thing that I've always done for 27 years in sales is that I've always wrote stuff down. And I'm going to explain this to you. You ready? So I put take notes. Watch. You know those little spiral notebooks that are about this big? I carry one in my pocket all the time. So if I'm doing face-to-face selling or even on the phone, it's just for me, but especially face-to-face selling, I'm like, all right, John, let's wrap. So John, and by the way, I'll write his name down because I'm going to say his name like 50 times. So I'm going to keep looking at it and I'm going to keep remembering his name's John. And then his wife's Lisa. And then their 3 kids, I'm going to write their name down. Like I write stuff down. And by the way, what does it show? It doesn't show that I'm an amateur. It shows that it forces you to focus, right? Number one, like actually what's going on. And then it shows them that you value their time. Every single person in this world, if they can see that you value their time, they'll value your freaking time. Dude, I promise you, every single time. But also it forces you to focus. So I wrote everything down. Whenever I sold, I wrote everything down. I'm face to face with you. I just write it down. Okay? They told me about a problem. Their vehicle they had last time, 77,000 miles. That was in 2016. I didn't care what happened. I just wrote it down. Why? Because when you go to close, right, which is going to come up. Remember the last 10% of the time you collect 100% of the money? Remember I talked about that? First 90% of the time, no money exchanges hands. Remember to remember what you hear. Those things can be used in the closing. Write it down. I promise you, okay? So it forces you to focus and also it shows them that you value their time. All right, number 7, summarize their pain. This is a big one. Only the pros do it. Amateurs don't. So that's why it's a big rookie mistake. Most of them don't understand it. Remember this, when people feel enough pain, they'll change. And I'm not telling you to go out there and try to ruin your client's life and make them miserable. I'm trying to say that the thing that is burning a hole in their freaking butt and they're sick of, that thing, we need to keep reminding of them. When people openly admit that they have a problem, it's easy to close them. If I don't ever get someone to admit they have a problem, they're very hard to close. Okay? So, with that being said, I put this down, summarize their pain. Remember, we're going to ask questions the whole time. We're not really talking to them. So we're going to ask them like, hey, why are you here today? You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here. Tell me what you're trying to solve, what you're trying to do. How long have you been trying to do this? Where did you find, us? Like at what, like, was it on Google? Was it on Instagram? Was it on Facebook? Was it an ad? Where did you see us? Because people are requesting information about something. They could have requested information with anyone, but they did with you. What did they see? Okay, find out the stuff. But anyways, once you find out their pain, this is a big one. So what I'm hearing is, and I put a little blank here, and I put repeat their problem back to them. If you can do this, and you can repeat back to them. So Jan, what I'm hearing is that you've been trying to lose weight for 6 years. Okay, you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. You've tried the programs, you did the meal plan. You get shaky whenever you don't eat enough. And you go to the gym, you feel unmotivated, and you want to get in shape, but you just can't seem to follow the program through. Is that right? Yeah? And then you said when you look in the mirror, you're not proud of the way you look. And you said when you try your clothes on, you don't like the way they fit, and your confidence is decreasing, and that's probably affecting a lot of other areas in life. Your marriage, with your kids, work, income, the way that you are with yourself, the way that you talk to yourself. It's the pain. It's repeating back to them what they're telling you. This is called summarizing the pain. You need to really care about people, rule number 1. This is not a method to use because it's a strategy. It is the method because you care about them. You want to use this strategy so they can understand that you understand what their pain is. And I put this down. I put nail it and make them feel understood. Just freaking let them feel, for once in their life, someone understands what the hell they're saying. And if you do that, they're going to cross the freaking finish line and they're going to buy from you. All right, number 8. I always say this, shut up during objections. Just shut up. You say, what's that mean? It means this. When they object, don't jump in defensively. I see so many salespeople, as soon as someone starts saying something, they're not talking bad about your mom. They're actually voicing something that's a concern to them. By the way, can I freaking get you to understand something? Rookies, veterans, everybody. When someone's telling you that they have a problem with something, you want to let them get it out of their mouth. And the reason why is because when you're going to close them, if you do close them and they don't get it out of their mouth, they'll always have buyer's remorse, they'll leave bad reviews, or you'll have a chargeback. Let them spit it out. Dude, I'm not afraid of somebody having a concern. Are you kidding me? Dude, I get paid a lot of money to let people tell me how they feel But then take the pressure away, take the stress away, make them feel good, and remind them why they came here today. That's why you're in sales. That's why you get paid the big money. Don't be afraid of objections. Objections are good. They're not bad. The best people in the world give objections. That doesn't mean they're not ready to buy. That just means it's your job to give them reasons and excuses why they should buy. That's why you get paid the big bucks. Do you feel me? So don't be afraid of this stuff. But I put shut up during objections. When they object, don't jump in defensively. Let them finish, then overcome it. Very simply. Okay? We're going to go to number 9. All right, so this is going to be use silence as a tool. Very hard thing for salespeople to do because salespeople are emotional creatures. And sometimes when somebody says something, they think that they just have to keep talking, and you keep doing this. And then if someone says, no, you overreact. Like, dude, like, get control. Listen, write this down. Control your emotions. Whoever can control their emotions the best wins. All right? So number 9, use silence as a tool. I put silence is a power. It's a superpower. Okay? After asking a tough question, notice what I said here. A tough question. Okay? Stay quiet. They'll fill in the gap with the gold. So, Becky, if we don't do this today, and 2 years go by, and you gain 40 more pounds, I'm just saying, what would that feel like? Don't talk. Let them fill in the gaps with the gold. Oh, I wouldn't be okay with that. Okay. Okay, then we know waiting isn't an option. I know this because of the way that you probably feel right now after getting to know you. You probably wish you could have done it yesterday. But yesterday's gone. So we have to do it today. Look, here's what I know. The story's already been wrote up to this day in your life. At the end of your life, that story's already been wrote. You die, I die, everybody dies. There's the gap in between. I don't know how much time we'll have left, but I know that you need to live your best life, and I know you deserve to see what your dream body looks like. That's it. Let's start that today, okay? New story, new day. Silence. Don't be afraid of it. Control your emotions. Watch how big you win. See my eyes? Keep your freaking eye contact on them. Act like they're the only one in the room. I want them to feel like they're the only one in the room, even if there's another 500 people in the room. Can you do that? Let's roll with number 10. All right, so number 10, end with their words. I always tell people, whenever I'm closing something out, you always got to end with their words. And the reason why you got to end with their words is because you got to make sure that they know that you close by tying your solution with what they said. You got to make sure that they understand that based on everything they said, end with their words. So John, you came in here today, you said you guys got a baby on the way, right? You said she's due in 2 weeks. So I already know you guys don't have any time, right? She's nesting at home. Her emotions are probably up and down. She's getting ready for your new daughter. And I know you are too. Coming out and buying a car, you guys should have done that 5 months ago. But the fact is we can't go back to 5 months from now. But I feel like we're good because the inventory, the market was actually more expensive then, and it's actually better now. So actually, that's a great thing. You came in today, you said you needed to have more room for your child and for your new baby coming. And you said that it needed to sit higher off the ground so that your wife would feel safer when she drives it. Based on everything you said, we're going to take the vehicle that doesn't sit high enough, that doesn't have enough seats, and you're no longer going to make any more payments on it. That car is going to be paid off today, and you and your wife are going to have your problem solved, and the solution is fixed. And I have that vehicle right now, and she loves the color. She loves the way it drove. And at the end of the day, she's going to be the one that's in it 99% of the time. And so from the outside, it looks great, but from the inside, it has all of the safety for the family, her, in the luxury of her being a great mom so we can spoil her since she's obviously your queen. Pop, 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 pop. Take their words, tie it with your solution. That's how you end it. Okay? Now listen, as I teach you guys how to sell, as I teach you guys rookie mistakes, I'm selling open very general. Does that make sense? If I knew what industry you were in, I would talk about that industry with that problem and what I would do if I worked where you're at. You know, the cool thing is that right now you can go to that link below and you can schedule a demo with my Andy Elliott AI, and literally I will show you. You can tell me what industry you're in, what your sell, what your problem is, and I will handle it right freaking now. Crazy. When you see this, you'll never need another sales training program again. It will be able to be used 24/7, 365. It will be me, and all you got to do, you can be in the middle of a freaking deal and step away and say, hey, Andy, I got this customer. This is what they're saying. This is the problem. This is what I'm selling. This is what they said. What should I say? Boom. I'll tell you, you go do it, and you close your deal. Crazy. I love you guys. Make sure right now you go do that. Set up your demo. Secondly, subscribe to the channel. Set your notifications, okay? And every single time that I drop these sales training videos, you guys will get notified first. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.